Today I want to talk about a concept that I've been playing with quite a lot lately, and it's an interesting one. It comes from a book that I read a little while ago, and I've been really trying to remember the name and the title so I can actually quote it properly, but I can't. But the quote itself really stuck with me, which is, "We must slow the passage of time." The book was about how to be successful, and that was, I think, the first principle of it. Now, if you have any idea what I'm talking about, please write in the comments and remind me, because it's now just digging into my brain and I must know. Well, I'd love to know. But coming back to the concept, we must slow the passage of time. That is a very interesting statement. And it plays into the concept that time is relative, and it is. I'm sure, I'm confident that you have experienced the phenomenon where you might be sitting, waiting for, sitting in the dentist chair, drilling into your lovely little chompers. And time, there for, apparently it's half an hour, but it felt like 3 or 4 hours. And I'm also sure that you've had the experience of, it's a Sunday, you're chilling out, you've got the whole day ahead of you, you think you might just chuck on a little bit of TV, and then boom, it's 7 p.m. And you're like, what the hell just happened? Or something similar. Now, this is particularly an important phenomenon in ADHD because we are inherently time blind due to our underdeveloped prefrontal cortex, in part. And time blindness, I've talked about it a lot on this channel. Time blindness relates to our inability to really sort of perceive, or more than that, tangibly experience the linear passage of time. And it means that we don't really know how far away half an hour is or 5 minutes. They both just feel like kind of in the distance a little bit, but we can't really tell exactly how much. There's a whole lot of other quirks with it too. But also in the moment-by-moment experience of our days, it means that, fly in my face, love that. Got the light shining right on me, and so that's about the only light source. So apparently I'm just going to be a magnet. That's awesome. Magnet for flies. So, particularly distracted today, aren't we, Jack? Thanks for your patience with me. So, particularly important to understand how to play with time when we have ADHD, because we're particularly bad at being present with time. Now, a strategy that I've been playing with a lot has been to write a journal each night. And I've been doing this more and more, especially because I've been trying to practice my ability to track my day as I go through the day. As the day is progressing, trying to record, remembering the events, and then that's reinforced at the end of each evening by the act of me trying to put it down onto a page. What I'm finding is that the more that I can recall the things that I do retrospectively, then moving forward in the next day, I seem to be more aware of things as I'm doing them, and that I seem to be a bit more present, and everything seems to be taking a bit longer, which at the moment is kind of a good thing. An experience that I was having a lot, and still fall prey to, is the sense that my day passes very quickly. And I'm doing a hell of a lot. I'm quite a busy person these days. I'm trying to jam so much stuff into each and every single day so that when it passes quickly, it's a disappointment because there's always more that I would like to have fit in. But whatever. But it also does mean that sometimes I feel like I'm not entirely experiencing my life, because when it goes so fast and sometimes I'm not even really remembering whole chunks of time, well, did I really live that in a functional sense? If I can't recall something, it doesn't really contribute to my memories. It doesn't contribute to my experience of my life after the fact, if that makes sense. So as a result, being extremely present in each and every moment reaps extremely tangible rewards in terms of just experiencing one's own life. So I have been finding that I've been able to really slow the passage of time more and more myself by journaling at the end of each night more and more. Now, I am likely to create another video showing the system that I've put into place to actually successfully journal each night. I'm on a streak of like a month now-ish, nearly, maybe, I think. And I could never really commit to it as consistently before, and I've tried a really nifty new system that's working well. That's a whole other topic. I intend to talk about that because it's pretty nifty. I think I've said that word twice now. Another thing that I'm also finding is blocking or chunking my time into tasks that are contextually quite different. So it's not like computer work, walk, exercise. It might be computer work, exercise, computer work, walk, computer work, consultation. Just really changing what I'm doing in shorter breaks. I'm trying to work within ultradian cycles at the moment. These are 90-minute blocks, which is in some ways the natural rhythm of the human body. We tend to be able to concentrate or commit to one task for a 90-minute block at a time. And I've been finding that working within that and keeping each ultradian cycle as a particular context is also helping me have a clearer delineation between different things that I do, which makes me more aware of each individual item that I'm doing. Now, this is all particularly important for me as someone I'm self-employed, and therefore my time is completely unstructured until I structure it myself. And unstructured time can be, well, that's what you do if you really want your day to pass in an instant. It can be fun, I indulge in it all the time. But also, I must have structure for days that I want to get things done, and when I want to really experience all the different aspects of each day. If you are not self-employed, it's still important. Anytime you have your own downtime, you want to be separating different things into different categories, and doing that is going to keep things more distinct in your own memory banks, and truly my experience of it, which it might sound strange, but I'm feeling it in the moment that I'm aware of the passage of time more slowly, which is good for me. If you're at work in a job that you're not a fan of, hell yeah, you want to speed up time. You want to tune out and zone out and for hours to fly by. Absolutely. And I suppose apply all the opposite of these strategies. Do everything all at once, don't have anything clearly defined and delineated, and just try not to be too present and just let your mind wander and be elsewhere. Because I'm also finding that I slow the passage of time by being present and just being more mindful. Actively practicing mindfulness as frequently as I can is keeping me more in the now, which is making the now move more slowly. Again, that's what this whole video is all about. Was there one more piece? It's been a big week, as you can see. Word finding particularly poor. I appreciate it if you happen to have made it this far into the video. I suspect one day, I'm confident that one day I'll be redoing this video when I'm a little bit more eloquent and when I've really given it a bit more thought. Because to me right now, this is quite a new concept that I'm playing with so actively. And it's intriguing and it's fun, and I wanted to share my experience of it so far. But once I have something a bit more coalesced, a stronger structure and framework that might be of more value to you, then I'll be talking about this once more. I expect to include this content as a greater part of my practice and my life moving forward. Still, I wanted to share in case something I'm talking about already resonates with you. Something I've already said makes you go, cool, and gives you something that you can play with. Maybe you might be able to share things back with me, things that you might discover on this journey. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you for sticking around this far, if you did. Now, if you'd like to see what I talk about tomorrow, please hit that subscribe button, because I make a new video every single day. Always, or generally, on a different topic, and every time with the intention of giving you something of value. For free, with no expectation. I want to give you things that might help you, and I hope that they do. And if they do, let me know in the comments so I can keep giving you the good shit. And if it doesn't help, let me know so I can not talk about that crap again. Thank you again for your time. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.